Hello and welcome to Women Today with Christine Amira. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing to the show. Ladies, we are here to on our journey, and today's lady is going to be very interesting, very inspirational. Her name is Priscilla Muhiu. She is the GM of Glovo. Previously, she was the marketing manager for the African region, and her successes speak for themselves. So ladies, let's enjoy her interview today on your journey as you listen to her today. Thank you very much, Priscilla, for joining Women Today. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for inviting me as well.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today, though? It's a very cold.
Yeah, it's cold. But honestly, I'm trying. Okay, not I'm trying, but I do have an attitude of being just grateful. So when I wake up in the morning, I like having a moment where I just appreciate the things I have in my life. You know, I believe in God, so thanking God for, you know, being alive, you know, my kids, you know, being able to have a place to stay, you know, a job, etc. So yeah, I'm the kind of person who is a happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
So
okay.
My personality, like even in the office, people would say it's very difficult to see Priscilla all angry and all.
Really? That's
nice. That's my personality. So I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of color energies, where like a personality is described by a color. For example, someone who is a yellow is what you call sunshine yellow. They're the kind of people who walk into a room and you know they've arrived. You know, hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Yeah. So is that why yellow?
No, Glovo brand.
Yeah.
It's a Glovo brand. But yes, I'm what you call a yellow person. I have a yellow personality. I am always happy-go-lucky. You know, I walk into a room, I say hi to everyone. Yeah, that's my personality. Actually, I've done the personality test twice. So I did it like in 2015, I think, the first time. And then I did it recently, actually, at Glovo.
Nice.
And I realized because of my work, I'm becoming a bit of a blue because you need to
you have to be a bit more cautious and
like analytical, because my job is making me become like that, you know, because I'm required to do a lot of analysis, you know, look at things in a different way, you see. But my yellow and green are yellow and green are still the same. So high.
Okay.
Yeah, and my red is a bit actually almost negligible in terms of percentage. So it's actually a website called 4D Clarity.
Yeah, I was about to ask you where you got
it's a website called 4D Clarity. You just go in and you do the test, and you get to know your color energy. And then it also describes very well the different kinds of color energies, and you're able to know who you really are. And the reason why I actually love I love the process of self-awareness, because I believe that when you're aware about who you are, you can really take advantage of what you're good at and excel. And I always push my team, push everyone, you know, you really need to start that journey of self-awareness. I wish I did that earlier. Unfortunately, I did that a bit late in my career. If I'd done that earlier, maybe the decisions would have been different, maybe, I don't know, but I'm okay now. Yeah. But I think just getting to know yourself, self-awareness is such a powerful thing to do. Yeah, because it helps you to know who you are. It helps you to be clear in terms of what you need to go after, etc.
Okay. Yeah. It's been a great couple of months for you, I must say, because getting a promotion from marketing head Africa to now Glovo GM, for Kenya. And all the enthusiasm has been on social media. Many women congratulating you. How did you feel about that? How did you receive the news? As in, how has it been?
For me, I have done marketing for more than 10 years. So I was looking for an opportunity to, lead a business, expand my knowledge in other departments, etc. So actually, when I applied at Glovo, I wanted to be a general manager, but I felt the need first let me understand the business, and then maybe that can happen later.
So you joined knowing what your target is.
Yes, exactly.
You want to be GM.
Exactly, and that's why it's super important to go through this self-awareness journey, so that you're very clear in terms of what you want to go, where you want to go. And also opportunities will come your way. So you need to be able to say no to the opportunities that don't align with what you want to do. Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, it was my ambition from day one when I joined Glovo. So when the opportunity came, it was presented to me. I took it gladly. And for me, the way people celebrated, I was actually humbled by that, and I really appreciate that. And but for me, the most important thing is that we need to continuously inspire women out there that you can do it. You can get there. You just need to put in a lot of hard work, be clear in terms of what you want, learn as much as possible, do whatever it takes to get there, but you can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually after all the whatever, what do you call it, since the media went all out, I actually want to take advantage of that platform that I've been given to tell my story, and hopefully someone who's feeling like they're giving up, when they hear my story, they will be inspired, and they'll be, you know, like, if she did it, I can also
do it as well.
Yes.
Powerful, powerful.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about you? It's not the first time I've seen you actually.
Really?
I first met you at a marketers conference.
Oh, okay.
I also do marketing for a different organization here and there. And when I was there, I saw you, and actually you're one of the guest speakers.
Yes.
An interesting thing I liked about you, two things you know about somebody who loves their company. You'd find them with a shirt or a t-shirt.
Today I let you down.
Today you let me down. I thought you'd come with a shirt. That day you had a shirt. Like, you don't need introduction. You just know that's the lady from Glovo. And then other thing is the style, which I see you're still going with it.
The hair is the same.
Yeah, but then it looks, you had done, how do I call it? Like a punk,
yes.
And then colored hair. It wasn't really black. No, you know, people do black, which is comfortable. And then you had done a different color. I think it was blonde.
Yeah, it was blonde.
You just enter and strike the room immediately. You just know, okay, fine. That one is different. She's a different kind of lady.
That's the yellow personality.
The yellow personality. Yeah, I like that. I love that about you. Yeah. So to make you more comfortable, also people to get to know you, where you've come from, and also you as a person, personality-wise. I had a few questions lined up.
Sure.
A card game.
Okay.
So you'd have to pick a paper.
Any paper? Like
any paper, yes.
Okay.
You read the question, and then you answer what the question says. So
can I shuffle a bit?
Yes, you can shuffle. Yeah, you can shuffle.
Okay.
But then
this one seems interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your life's philosophy?
Yes.
Very interesting. There's one quote I had a while back, and I really love using it. In fact, I've used it so many times. It's be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
Everyone is taken. Good.
I love that quote because in my career, you know, because of my personality, sometimes as a leader, you may struggle a bit to, you know, become tough on people, you know, because of the fact that I'm a yellow and a green. And what I've been, you know, people, my managers would push me to become, you know, tough and all that. But I realized actually I can use that to my advantage. I don't have to become this, forgive my word, my French word, bitchy kind of person. I just need to be authentic. And actually I can use my personality to inspire the team. And I try and do that a lot. Like the advantage of being like me is that I immediately, when I'm in a situation, I immediately think about the person first. To just give an example, when OLX decided to close the office in Kenya, when it was announced to us, the first thing that came to my mind was, what will my people do? My team members do? Okay. So that told me that that actually inspired me, because if that's the first thought that I thought about, then it means I can actually use this to inspire people, to put people first. And most companies need to realize that the biggest asset that you have is people. And if you're able to take care of their needs, if you're able to motivate them, if you're able to make sure that they're growing in their careers, if you're able to cater for their needs, they will stick with you, you know, like they will be loyal to you. Yes. Yeah. So I decided to, you know, be myself and take advantage of that personality and use that to inspire people. Like even we had a retreat last week with the management team, and not a retreat, but a management day away, like a session, a management day away. And half of the session was just me talking about how to discover your life purpose.
Okay.
So, because I believe as much as we have to take care of the business, you are still a human being and you have other things you need to figure out in your life. And if there's anything I can do to help you do that, I would definitely do it.
So you're inspiring fellow managers to also find life purpose.
Yes, we had a whole afternoon 3-hour session of doing that. So I came up with a couple of questions and then we went through like around the table discussing things. People of course had to be comfortable sharing some of the things. If you're not comfortable, I had a booklet where you would write your answers. And in the process, hopefully they discover what they're passionate about, their interests. And it was actually very interesting. And
maybe you should actually plan a live event where you do that with a couple of people.
I am a certified life purpose life coach. Yes,
okay,
I've gone through the whole thing. And the reason why I did that is because I really went through a lot in my life. Like if I look back sometimes, I can't believe I'm here. Wow. Like I can't believe I made it through. Because I had moments where I had such a low self-esteem. Things were not working out.
Really?
Yeah. Like there are times I even
looking at you right now,
can you imagine I would have braids on my head for 2 months and not care? Like I used to really I would not take care of myself.
You know how right now you look so made up. Nobody can even.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day. I really went through a lot. And it was really, like I had a moment where I literally would stay away from people. Like you would try and invite me to a party, I would find a reason not to go. My Sundays used to be in the bedroom, and then you're going through this and it's difficult to start talking about it. However, I found a way to compartmentalize everything. So when I go to work, because everything was going well at work, I'm okay. But now when I get home, that's where now sometimes, things were not very okay. So I went through that whole process, but I made it. There was a light at the end of the tunnel, and I just kept on, pushing. And I had moments where I was giving up. And I think the biggest breakthrough for me was when I started talking about it. Sometimes you feel like being vulnerable is a weakness, and actually it's a strength. Being able to tell your story. Actually, you realize, by the way, you think you have a mountain of problems. If everyone was to put all their problems here, you will be like, mine is better. Let me keep my problems. So when I started talking, started opening up, and I actually even have a blog. So
interesting.
Just talking about what I'm going through. And then one of the challenges I was facing is that my first child was autistic. Rather is autistic, and I didn't know what it was all about. I don't know what to do. So I just went through a phase in my life, but I kept on pushing. I just had moments where I'd feel like I don't want to do anything, but I just at the end of the day I went down, but I rose up. I rose above my struggles. How
did you become a life coach from having all these challenges now?
I've always wanted to use my story to inspire people.
So there's a school that you had?
Oh, I did it online.
It's
an online course on Coursera, Udemy.
Udemy, Oh, I saw that on your LinkedIn. I didn't just...
Yes. So I did it on Udemy. So I went in. There's a whole course. It took like 50 hours or something. Then you go through the whole process, and then they give you a certification. And
so from that journey, you were healing at the same time, also learning.
Yes, but also most importantly is I believe there's no way I went through all that for nothing. I'm being used to do something here, so I'm just allowing myself to. I'm just following what my heart is longing for. And I want to really use my story to inspire people out there.
Interesting. Question number 2.
Oh my God.
I mean, you're very interesting. There's a whole book about you in my head right now. I feel like I can ask a million questions.
What would you say shaped who you are today? That's very interesting.
So you've spoken about the challenges that you've gone through, but And I feel like that's part of what has shaped who you are. The fact that you're God, you know, you're Christian, you're God-centered in your thinking. I can already pick a few points
Yeah.
on what shaped you.
Yeah, and also when I was growing up, my dad was super, super strict. He's one of those people who, actually, I can tell you a story where when I was in Form 2, some boys came to borrow a book or something, or maybe it was just an excuse to just come to our place.
See you, yeah.
My father, I remember, he literally took, you know, a panga.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
He was chasing them away. So yeah, my dad was super strict, and I think it kind of helped me. It kind of helped me to make sure those things that just people
stay on track. You know?
Going out, I never did those things until when I was in campus. So,
yeah.
you know, he really made us, you know, follow a particular way of life. But it had a disadvantage because it ended up making me feel like I'm not loved at some point. But I think it helped me, you know, like it built my values as a person.
Yeah.
And then I went to high school, and then I joined the Christian Union. And then I went to campus. Campus happened. You know what happens in campus.
Yes, I do.
And I started working. I got married.
Yeah.
But yeah, what has shaped me actually, when I look back, it's the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
And it's the bad experiences that I've had that have shaped me in a way.
Yeah.
Because when I think about it right now, the reason why I sometimes I have a positive outlook to life is because I went through what I went through, and instead of looking back and feeling bad about what happened, I look back at those scars and I remind myself that I survived. And that every day, I know that problems will always come my way, but I made it through last time, and I'm gonna make it through this time. Yeah. So I think that I carry that with me every day. Every day I face a challenge, I carry that with me, and I just remind myself, just like last time, I'll make it through. And also remind myself, life is always gonna happen, and life will beat you down to the bottom. But the good thing about hitting rock bottom, there's no way there's no other way.
It's just up.
Yeah.
No other
So
way.
when I remind myself of such things, every challenge that comes my way, I believe I can find a solution, and I believe I can be able to get through it, basically. I remember when I was going through hell in my life, I used to have moments where I would get home at the parking lot, I just cry for a few minutes before I go upstairs to the children, because I don't want them to see me.
To see you cry.
Yeah, so I remember one day when I was browsing through my Facebook, you know, the Facebook feed, because you're crying and still using your phone somehow. Yeah. Then I remember I read an article by Sheryl Sandberg, the CEO of Facebook. Yeah. She had just lost her husband, and she was just talking about how to deal with adversity. And she talked about the 3 Ps. Actually, I've already written this in my blog, the 3 Ps, which were permanence, pervascence, and the other one is personalization. Okay. So personalization is when you're going through something, you tend to blame yourself a lot. So whatever it is you're going through, you just beat yourself so much. What's wrong with me? What have I done? What is wrong? You blame yourself. Why am I not good enough? What is it? You know, such things, yeah? And the second P is permanence, where you feel like this problem will never end. Permanent, it's going to be there permanently.
Important that you say that in this period of Corona.
Yes, it's going to end. And something else will come.
Yes, that's true.
And then the last one is pervascence, where it's the thing about spreading out. So you are going through something in your life, and it's just one particular thing. Yeah. Let's say, for example, it's work related or family related, but you have these all other things that are going on well for you. Okay. So when I read that, I realized actually she lost her husband. Like the husband said, "Good night," not "Good morning, how are you?" Guy went to take a shower and he died in the bathroom. Oh no! So she went through that. Like it was just like a minute, and it was so drastic, and the guy was gone, unfortunately. So when I read that, it was like an aha moment for me. Yeah, I'm beating myself up. I'm really, really being very unkind with me, you know. Yeah. And it felt like it's not going to end. And I was doing well in other things. Like even that same year, I got a promotion at work. But I did not feel like I deserved it, you know, because there's all these other things that are going on. So ever since I started, you know, seeing things differently. So step by step, it will not happen in a day, of course, this change of mindset. Step by step, I started looking at things differently. And I found myself becoming more and more positive as days goes by. And I remember one of the things Cheryl said is that she was having a conversation with a friend, and the friend told her that it could have been worse. So you can you imagine what can be worse than you losing your husband in a split of a second?
Everything else.
But the friend told her that the guy could have been driving the car with your kids.
Oh no.
Yeah, when you think about it.
Yeah,
it always could have been worse. Always.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going through, it could have been worse. And then also if you believe in God, God can never give you something you can't handle. He can give you something that you will go through it, you will get the lessons from it, and you will get through it and you'll be fine, you know, in the end. And I know sometimes it sounds cliche, that, we know...
Easier said than done.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you let that problem engulf you, it's not possible for you to start seeing solutions. I can give an example even during this COVID period. Someone who has a car wash, and then people are not going to, you know,
to wash their
cars. So there's someone who's already figured out, why can't I just come up with a very small machine? People go to a platform, they place an order, and I go to their houses to clean. Yeah, so if you're engulfed in this whole drama, you're not going to see the opportunities that the situation presents. So it's very important to try and have a clear mind. As much as you're going through what you're going through, just try and have a clear mind. Although it's difficult, I'm not saying it's not. It's super hard, by the way. But you can do it. Yeah. There's a book, it's a very interesting book, but the title is a bit intimidating. It's called Unfuck Yourself. Oh. The title is very intimidating.
Those kind of books that you read, you'll have to close with something.
Yes, you know what to see.
Because if they do, they will wonder.
It just talks about how to get out of your mind, and to get into your life. And then the interesting concept I can share with you is there's nothing like I can't and I cannot do. It's only that those two words should be replaced with am I willing or am I not willing? You can and cannot do does not exist. If you're willing to do something,
or you're not
willing. And actually that really changed my perspective about things. He also says, it's written by Gary Bishop, the author. He also says that everything has a solution. If you've not found a solution, you're yet to find it.
But it's there.
It's there. And it's very intimidating. That book, I would encourage everyone to read it if they can.
It's a motivational.
But it's hard facts about life. And what I like about it is it's very practical. It demonstrates examples of how sometimes when you're going through something or you tend to blame everything, blame society, blame your parents, they did not raise me well, blame.
And that's the generation of today. We're always blaming and complaining and complaining. So things will always happen to you. But
life will continue.
Life will continue.
Now, life will not pause because of you.
Yes.
Life will never pause. Life will not be postponed. Nothing will be postponed. It will still continue.
Then you realize later, oh my gosh, I would have, you know, interesting. So is that how Glovo has, during this pandemic, there's been a lot of changes in the economy, a lot of changes in different markets, different companies, organizations have gone through so much. How has Glovo managed to, you know, as much as, you know, Glovo is more convenience and, you know, it's an app, so it means that I can be able to access things from here and there. So I believe that during this period, actually, maybe Glovo has been a benefactor, you know, in terms of serving as many people, because we couldn't leave the houses for a while. Everybody was scared. There was so much anxiety. Maybe how has business been with Glovo?
Okay, when this happened, obviously, the most important thing to do as a business is to adapt to the situation. So we had to change how we do things. So the first thing is to ensure the customer safety. So we develop protocols with the riders, you know, making sure they have sanitizers and just in the app right now, even now, when you're doing, you're rating your rider, up or down, you have to indicate that if you give them a down, you tell us whether they had the right equipment, did they sanitize? Yeah, so you're able to give us that feedback because you have a lot of riders. So we use the customers to give us that feedback, and we use the restaurants also to give us that feedback. But ideally, we had to change the way we do things for sure. So one thing, we made sure the riders are, you know, well protected, you know, sanitizers, masks, etc. Thank God the government introduced masks as permanent. So now everyone had to do it. But yes, that's the first thing we did to just ensure safety of the customer. And then the second thing is now we introduced obviously work from home. We are now, even up to now, employees are still working from home. You can come to the office once in a while if you want, but most of the team are working from home. Okay. And the essential services, like the essential team, customer service team, we had to now like space them out. Like if you go upstairs, we can go upstairs later, maybe you can see. Okay. As was opposed to where before they were sitting close to one another. Yeah, now it's like more than 2 meters. Social distancing. And then we've installed hand sanitization stations, where after every time you go out, you come in, you sanitize your hands, use your mask all the time, etc. Okay. So that's the other thing, employees, we had to take care of them. From a business perspective, we definitely saw an increase, especially in the groceries. Imagine the demand would be so for groceries especially. Unfortunately, with time, the small restaurants, because they cannot survive on the delivery business only, some of them had to shut down. The small restaurants, but yeah, we've seen a bit of growth in food, but most of the growth came from groceries. Where, you know, be the directive or don't go out, or when you go to a supermarket, you only have to be 100 people at a time. So that becomes a bit inconveniencing, so people would prefer to order from Glovo. So yes, we did see an increase in groceries, but food, I would not, it's not a lot, like a lot, but yeah, the biggest growth was in groceries. Groceries. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Enough about Glovo. Another question. Another personal question, because I know people know Glovo from all over. They see all these motorbikes, but then who is leading? Who's leading? You know, who's her? Who's she? How did she get there? You know. You have very difficult questions, I might say. No, not really. Just questions that make you think and wonder about life. You know? Okay, let's see. So this one says, what's the one thing you would change about life if you had the chance or opportunity to? About life, my life, or anything in general? It could be your life. It could be about the environment around us, the whole world, around the globe. Something that you just wish. Why wouldn't this change? What would I change about the world?